Children, we are going to talk about boarding school and day school. Who knows what boarding school is? Ekisulo.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And day school. You know day school?
Yes.
Which one do you prefer? Ekisulo or yes?
I prefer the day school
You prefer day school. Why?
because on day school you can go back home and do all and help on your mother to the works.
Okay.
I prefer the schools because on the schools I go back and I see on my mother, but in boarding school you don't.
Okay.
I prefer boarding schools.
Why?
For us, in boarding schools, we get enough security.
Okay.
I prefer boarding schools because in boarding schools children are performing very well.
Okay.
I prefer boarding school because in boarding school we have enough time to revise the books.
Okay. Let me ask the teachers, when you were children, which one did you prefer? Boarding school or day school?
Boarding school.
Why did you prefer boarding school?
Boarding schools, you could do away with the work from home. In boarding schools, you only do some morning housework and then rush to class.
And then you go to class.
Then on Saturday maybe, but at home you can work all the time.
So you prefer it because you have more time to read.
Yeah.
Your preference, what was it?
Yeah, actually, even me, I used to prefer a boarding school because in a boarding school, you are given enough time to concentrate on books. But when you are in a day school, there's a lot of work you have to do at home, so you don't concentrate in books.
Now, why do you think parents take children to boarding school?
Some parents, they don't have time to spend with their children.
They don't have time to spend their children, yes?
Because some people are stubborn.
Because, so is it a punishment to go to boarding school?
Yes.
Yes.
You people.
They can say like that, and they said, you are stubborn, I'm going to take you in the boarding school.
Hey,
In
it's
the
fine.
holiday, we
Even in the holiday, they leave you at boarding school.
like a punishment.
Like a punishment.
Yes, because you are stubborn.
For 3 years.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Because you go to a day school. You go to a day school. Okay, so should we take you to boarding school?
No.
Why not? It's nice.
Some parents say that in day schools people have no enough security.
They don't have enough security. Why do you think parents take their children to boarding schools, teachers?
Some parents take their children to boarding schools because of the housing, kind of housing at home. Maybe a parent has 3 children, they are grown up and they are sleeping in a single room. So a parent takes a child to a boarding school because of sleeping in a single room.
Okay.
Secondly, some parents have children, one of their the mother biological children, so they tend to take them to boarding schools.
Okay, to me, what I can say, some parents take their children to boarding schools because of the nature of the job they are doing. You find a parent working at Gulu, so that kind of parent will not get time for his or her children. So he decided to take his children to boarding schools.
Teachers, tell us, really, between boarding and day school, which one has more advantages in relation to a child learning, playing, enjoying life and growing up? Very quickly, each of you give us
A boarding school.
a boarding school.
Yeah.
Do you think it has more
Yes.
advantages?
Advantages.
Give me like 2 of them.
A child concentrates in the books than a day school.
I also think a boarding school is better as per child concentration.
As per concentration.
Yes.
Okay?
I may say at the school,
Yes. Why would you say day school?
you find these days parents, it is very better to stay with your children, to guide them. But in the boarding school, there is less guidance and counseling of the children. They miss a lot, more especially domestic activities.
So each one has its advantages and each one is good.
Yes.
It's a question of what the individual and the parent prefer. We've been talking about class days and we've spent our time with the pupils from Tisimbiri, Church of Uganda Primary School. You've been a very wonderful audience. Thank you so much for having us. Remember, you too can join the conversation. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're...
Gracie, don't allow me to enter that house and begin pulling you out, telling you to go to school. Get out of that house. Get out, you're not going to joke around like that. And you're dragging the foot, you're spoiling the suitcase. You're going to go to these things in a cafe next time if you begin spoiling it like this. Can you go to school, Runinga? I first just beat the hair out of you.
But Mommy, you're telling me to go to school and yet you haven't paid all the requirements.
What do you mean? You have a case. Is it empty? Can you carry it with one hand? Is it empty? There's nothing in that case. I've not given you anything. Look at yourself. You have a backpack. You have a big case. I've just borrowed the chairman's shoes so you can go to school and study very happily. And you're telling what requirements? Isn't this case full? Can you carry it with one hand? Can you carry it with one hand?
And Mommy only gave me 2 books and yet they asked for a dozen at school.
I've given you 2 books. My way, you wanted a dozen. How many subjects do you have? Are there 96 pages in every book? Can't you write 3 pages, skip a page, skip and put another subject? Can't you put all those subjects in those books? So you want to tell me you have 7 heads. Every subject has its own head. All of those things have got one head. Instead of managing 12 books, you manage 2 books. You want to tell me every teacher, when a teacher comes of science, and then they get out and SST comes, you remove the head of science and put the head of SST and use it to study. What are you saying? Stop wasting school fees. Don't make me quarrel. Go to school, Grace.
Mommy haven't paid school fees.
How is that your business? I'm going to pay school fees at the end of the term. I'm not going to risk pay school fees for someone who has chances of being demoted. Or you repeat the class. Can you go? Why am I explaining? Can you go to school? Do you know how many people want to be in school? Exactly. You go. It's okay. Drag your feet, break them, Mama. We break them as you're going to school. It's all right. It's all right. I will come and visit you when the chance catches you.